What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I am your host, Simon, here on this mock draft Monday, joined by my fellow co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. How's it going, guys?
It is going great. How are you doing, Simon?
I'm doing pretty good.
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great. I like that you asked how he's doing because I feel like we don't normally do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's that we don't care or we just
we
forget.
don't care.
Yeah, it's probably we don't care. Yeah.
Everyone's just worried about how you're feeling. No one cares about me. It's okay.
I know.
Jeff,
what's up, Jason? I'm gonna kill you guys. What's up, Jason? Welcome in. Anthony, welcome in. And what is up, Sully? Glad to have you guys here. Mike, how's it going? And Jay, he's trying to make FY Fam a thing.
Yes,
he's gonna do it today. Thing. What's up, FY Fam?
I said it on Friday. I love it.
On Friday, you weren't here on Friday.
Oh, did you say
I said in the chat. Remember, I said, "See what I did there."
Oh yeah,
Jordan.
I did.
What's up, Jordan? Jordan got one of the last slots in our draft. And what's going on, Z2 guys? We filled the whole draft before the stream started.
Remember when we used to have to
Jordan
wait?
got in.
Jordan got in. Yeah.
Damn, man.
Remember when we used to have to wait like 10, 15 minutes for it to fill up?
Yeah. Back when we were small timers.
Small time. Now we're big time.
And Rick, now we can fill up a 12-person draft. Rick, I'm not sure what he said. Murder. I am into this show. Muck Duck.
Yeah, me too.
And Jay's giving you the nod, saying that you said it in the chat.
Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff, we replaced you with the real Jeff on Friday. Did you see that?
He was a great stand-in, Jeff. I'll leave it at that.
I like that. Stand-in Jeff.
Cool. Guys, we have a whole mock draft to get through, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. But there was some free agency news today that we should probably talk about a little bit.
Billy Bill making moves today.
Oh, man.
Billy Bill making moves. Johnny Smith signed with the New England Patriots. I've seen the full range of emotions on Twitter regarding this trade. Usually I ask you guys how you feel about it first, but I'm going to say how I feel about it first.
I feel pretty good about it. Thanks for asking, Jeff.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't really care. He's going to become one of those mid-round tight ends that I'm not drafting. That's what I think. I think he's probably going to finish in the tight end like 6 to 12 range. Like he's not going to scratch that top 5. Cam Newton's still throwing him the ball. I assume they're probably going to add a receiver in free agency. I don't think he sniffs the top 5. He doesn't sniff 100 targets. He's going to be that like 5th to 8th round tight end that I'm not touching.
See, I don't know. I think maybe this year we could see that, but in general, I'm a little excited about it. New England knows how to use their tight end. Like Bill knows how to utilize the tight end. I think that offense is going to get better. This is kind of like the worst we've seen. They just sort of gave up this past year, but
I love what George just said right there. That's on this.
No more. Oh, damn. AJ Dillon. Yeah, we'll talk about AJ Dillon a little bit in a second, too. And Rick agreeing with Jordan says true. Swamp, what's up? Who dat? He said, and Drew Brees retired as well. I bet as a New Orleans fan, you cried a little. That's we saw it coming, but it still is crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I would have mixed emotions. It's time. It's time to find the new future for the Saints. I think.
Taysom Hill.
What a contract! I don't even know if you want to get into that, but every year is voidable, and they gave him $140 million. I'm sure it cleared up a bunch of cap space. I'm sure he's going to get a ton of money this year in a signing bonus, and the Saints get to decide every year going forward if they want to keep him.
Z2 says Jonnu, top 6 to 8 fantasy tight end. How do you guys feel about Jonnu? Are you in the same range as me or JL? You seemed like you disagreed a little bit. Jay Felicio says Jonnu to New England with Cam as QB is meh. Jeff, I guess JL already gave his opinion a bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut you off, John Luke.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm quite that high on it yet. He's a very athletic at tight end. I just don't think that. I think the Patriots want to run a very similar scheme to the Titans, more or less. Where they're not passing a ton. Yeah, he's a back end tight end number 1, probably a little bit lower than 6 to 8 in my mind.
That's about how I view it, and I imagine he'll probably get drafted a little bit higher. Rick wants to know, so how is it possible you fools don't have a game that don't have a Simon Says game yet?
Because he hates it.
Because I would block that. I mean, imagine all the butts jokes you've gotten your entire
veto,
life.
But he would try to veto.
Imagine all the time someone has made a butts joke and then apply that to Simon Says. And after 26 and a half years of that, I'm a little bit over that game. Jay Fuse says, "What's up, boys? How's it going?" And then he says, "Hey to Kev." I think because no one really listens to Simon anyways. Yeah, that's the case too as well, Anthony. And then Vincent comes in with the hot take. He says Cam Akers is a top 5 running back with Matthew Stafford at center.
I love how he just popped in here just to drop that.
He just
Absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about.
We're talking about AJ Dillon, Johnny Smith. He's like, yeah, just so you guys know, Cam Akers. It's in the range of outcomes. Like it is. That is not some ridiculous hot take where I see it. It is in the range of outcomes. I will not stat him out as a top 5 running back. I can't imagine doing that. But definitely within the realm of possibility. Rick says valid point. I think he's talking about the AJ Dillon stuff. Or nope, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about no one listens to Simon.
Simon says.
Roto Heat Sully says Johnny's top 12 easy. Reality is that's 9.5 points per week. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think you're going to get a top 12 guy, but it's not going to be good. You're not going to be happy. What's up, NBA?
What up, NBA?
Welcome in. Yeah, unfortunately, the mock draft room is full, so you missed out on it this week. Pat, our resident Patriots fan in here saying Jonnu Smith is a more athletic Greg Olson. Are you talking about the offensive coordinator for the
coordinator? Yeah.
Where's he?
I feel like it's not hard to be more athletic than him, though.
Then Z2 says John getting those little flip passes like Kelsey does in Casey on the goal line. No, if Cam's the quarterback, Cam's just going to run it right in on the goal line. It's the only problem. I mean, that's what he had. 12 rushing touchdowns this year.
He used Greg Olsen a lot when he was there. They had that connection.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's going to be a little. I don't think this is a huge bump up at all. I think this is a kind of a lateral move. But long term, I don't mind it. If they use them the same way that they use Gronk, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and not everyone's Gronk, but at this point in their careers, Jonnu Smith's probably a little bit more athletic than Gronk even. But Gronk does a lot of things that I'm excited for Jonnu more than I was with him on the Titans, but that's not saying a ton, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Josh is with Cam he's right around 10. And that's only because tight end sucks. Also, you guys are about to be shown how to dynasty draft. Josh is going to take us to school, he says. Brady says Damian Harris stonks are up. He'll take him over AJ Dillon.
Sure. Absolutely.
Vincent coming back in with his playoffs run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's reasonable. He says, with his playoffs run, I don't see how it's not that. I love your content. Been watching for a while. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Simon,
no.
We do appreciate it. I'll continue his thought. We appreciate that. We love that you come in and you just let us know what you're thinking, because hey, listen, if you come back in like midway through the season and Cam Akers is a top 5 running back,
please come say I told you so, you big
buffoon. Wow. Because it is a hot take, because we look at the top 5 running backs. We see Saquon Barkley, we see Christian McCaffrey, blah, 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 blah. He could end up there. I'm not saying he is, but he's that borderline top number 1 running back for sure.
Yeah, no, he's definitely has the upside for it.
I love what Pat said here. Jonnu and Nikhil, best tight end duo in the league. You might be right. Might be right.
Could be.
There were rumors about people calling the Patriots about trading for Nikhil Harriet too. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be pretty cheap. All right, I just got alert in. Simon did lose power. So
that son of a gun.
Yeah,
son of a gun.
We're gonna figure out what to do here.
So I'm just wondering, can he still do the draft? Should we start the draft? Anyway, I was reading these sleeper notifications, and I actually didn't read all these yet. So the Patriots may not be done. They're making a major push to sign Ravens pass rusher Matt Judon. I know it's not fantasy relevant.
Yes, I saw that.
But I'm a big Ravens fan, and geez, that would suck.
They did. I think they did sign him, or
they signed him. I didn't get a
they were getting
news
close
alert
to
that
it.
they signed him.
Yep,
But then there was
$56
also
million
another thing I
deal,
saw.
$56 million deal.
Oh my God. The Ravens need a pass rusher so bad. But this other one, Jaguars and Ravens are close to a deal that would send DJ Chark and draft picks to Baltimore for Orlando Brown.
Ooh.
That is exciting. That's exciting stuff right there. As a Ravens fan, but for fantasy, regardless, if you're a DJ Chark owner, I'm sorry, I think. I think. But if you're a Laviska Shenault owner, he looks a lot more promising right now. And anyone that the Jaguars signed at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Josh says, I heard DJ Chark to the Ravens.
That would be so nuts. I would be pumped as a Ravens fan.
Lose it.
Not so pumped as a DJ Chark owner in 2 fantasy leagues.
Oh yeah,
but he'll still have fantasy value, no doubt in my mind.
It would put a little bit of cold water with the whole Trevor Lawrence hype. Like that's been definitely bolstering his hype this offseason. Josh says, for once I'm with Jay on this take, assuming he's talking about the John New take. Hell yeah, Josh, we in this together. Mike T asks, how do we join future drafts? So you can join if you join our Discord, which I'll post a link momentarily. You'll get first access to the mock draft link. Obviously, we can't really share on the stream before we're actually on the stream, so we post in there to to our fam. So you can hop in there and get access to it early. Make sure you're in there because they have been filling up.
Say FYF.
Say it. You're adding the extra F in there. Is it FY fam or FYF?
It's FY fam. Sorry.
Fam. Okay.
I couldn't help myself.
All right,
I just wanted to hear you say it.
FY fam.
So Simon lost power.
So I can tell. So he says he can still start the draft.
Okay, cool.
So you want me to tell him to start it now?
Yeah, let's do it. I want to get this draft going. Man. I'm excited.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to share my screen. That means probably.
Oh, good call.
Oh, and it started. Roto Heat. I don't know how to pronounce that. Jabil.
Sorry, no, that's a cool name. It's a cool name.
My pronunciation's not so good. Here we go.
All right. Oh, that's nice. Can you maximize this at all?
Oh, I can maximize the hell out of this.
Oh, man, you are so good at maximizing. Christian McCaffrey off the board first. Who would have guessed? What a weird pick. I don't know if we mentioned this, but it is a half PPR Dynasty League.
Yes.
Keep it in mind. 1 quarterback. So not super flex. So we're not going to see quarterbacks go in the first round unless it's Patrick Mahomes, maybe at the end of the first. If you want to get a little weird.
You are on the clock, Josh.
Oh, thank you. I needed that actually.
Yeah. So Ricky Butts says, Simon says freeze. I like that. Simon can't say anything now. He should be coming back. Hopefully his power is back on.
So I'm sitting here, with the 3rd pick. I would have loved to get Jonathan Taylor or Christian McCaffrey, but I'm going to go with, who I would take second in a redraft league, probably. Saquon Barkley. I feel comfortable about it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So do I.
Jordan said, damn it, Rick beat me to it. Canadian internet?
Kind of far. That dang far. Canadian internet.
Texas internet.
Walmart internet.
Walmart internet, yeah. Oh, his power's still not back. So.
Dalvin Cook off the board. I think this is kind of what you're typically going to see in a lot of dynasty and redraft leagues to start off 1 quarterback leagues. These 4 running backs going.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I don't mind it. I honestly would probably be doing the same thing. 1 QB
and
or dynasty.
I hope Simon knows he's on the clock. He probably doesn't know.
He knows now.
But there's one other running back I would consider here. But I guess we could talk about it. It's Alvin Kamara, right? I would consider him here, but with everything going on with the Saints, it looks like Taysom Hill's probably going to be their starter next year. Definitely not Drew Brees. I don't know. How do you feeling about Alvin Kamara? I love him still, but
I still like him. Honestly, I've said it 1,000 times by now on this draft, but I'm damn it.
You wanted him. I'm sorry I brought him up. I thought it was fine, but maybe I ruined it.
It's okay.
But Simon passed up on it. Went for Devontae Adams. I don't think it's necessarily a bad call. I think Alvin Kamara is still going to be a top 5 running back. See, this is why it's hard to say Cam Akers is a top 5 running back. Look at these 5 running backs. I know 1 or 2 of them is going to get hurt. Something's going to happen to a couple of these guys, right? So, yeah, it's going to push some other guys up the board. Cam Akers might be one of them. I hope he is. I got him in like 2 dynasty leagues. I would be psyched.
Yeah. All right. I went wide receiver.
Honestly, in your position, I probably would have done the same thing. Tyreek Hill.
I thought about Derrick Henry. I thought about Zeke, but in Dynasty, I usually tend to like going wide receiver over running back first.
Yeah,
and I just feel like Tyreek Hill is going to be good for a long time. Derrick Henry, I'm not expecting more than a few more years,
handful of seasons.
Zeke more. I'm still bullish on Zeke, but I don't know, more bullish on Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Tyreek Hill, no one else is Tyreek Hill. I don't think anyone else has ever been Tyreek Hill. He is just Tyreek Hill, He's Tyreek Hill. And he plays with someone else no one is or ever has been, Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, having Tyreek Hill on my dynasty team, I feel very comfortable with. And there goes Cam Akers, the man, the myth, the legend, top 5 running back.
Z2 says Rutgers over Clemson round 1. It's very possible. Clemson's basketball team is not great. Simon says, pay the bills. There it is. Let's keep this going.
You could do that all the time while Simon's not here, but don't get into the Simon thing that says things with him. I don't think he loves them.
He's going to get so mad. Judon deal is done, Jay says.
Damn.
$53 million, 4 years. First 2 years is $35 million.
Jesus. The Ravens are, I'm a Ravens fan, so I'm a little biased, but they are, in my mind, the best team in the league at developing young defensive linemen and pass rushers, outside linebackers and defensive linemen, and then they leave and sign massive contracts.
Yep.
Sometimes they live up to that contract. I would say 9 out of 10 times they do not. So good luck, Patriots.
Good luck. Jordan says they did sign him and Jalen Mills. Yep.
Man, that's good.
New England is going ham.
Yeah.
You see, they tweeted out the picture of the dog at the table that they had during draft.
I did not see that.
Do you remember that when?
Yeah, I do. I didn't see the tweet. That
Husky was at the.
Yeah. That's awesome. AJ Brown off the board. I love that pick. He might be my number 1 dynasty wide receiver. He's in a grouping with the 2 other receivers that got drafted. I think they're in a tier in my mind. So
the Dobbins.
And honestly, I know that this is going to differ severely from most other people probably, but that's a tier for me. There's 3 receivers. Yeah, I know Justin Jefferson. I don't want to say the names. I'm sorry.
DK Metcalf's up there.
DK Metcalf. There's like 4 other people's names I could say. Najee Harris. We keep seeing him creep higher and higher.
It'd be interesting to see how the draft affects that. Like if that knocks him down a little bit. Or Gibson.
Well, I'm just I wanted to bring that up. Ricky Butt. Yes, I actually Googled it real fast and looked at a couple things. It looks like it probably was fake. Yeah.
Don't snipe me, AJ. AJ loves sniping me. Oh my God, he did it again.
Aaron Jones. Wow. With the Packers, he's guaranteed to be a top 10 running back. This is a good spot for him, right?
I can't believe he sniped me again.
In a dynasty league. So in a redraft league, I'm taking him ahead of all these guys in front of him pretty much. But a dynasty league, I guess I understand why he goes there, but good value. Back with the Packers, big contract. They're going to use him.
You're so good at making me mad.
I love seeing you mad.
Now I'm boxed in again. I'm going to have to take a wide receiver, and I don't want to.
Brady was between Gibson and Aaron Jones. I think they're both good picks. I probably would have gone Aaron Jones even in a dynasty league, but Gibson, is a lot younger, and the upside is I'm not going to say higher than Aaron Jones, but it might be. I think it is. Maybe not this up and coming year, but as just a player in general.
Yeah. Jay says, LaVisca to the moon if that deal happens.
Seriously, actually, though, if
Jesus.
DJ Chark isn't there,
Oh, that would be wild. And they draft Trevor Lawrence, assuming that they don't
yeah,
bungle
obviously.
that up.
Dude, how stupid would they have to be?
They would have to be so stupid.
Oh my god.
JL.
Well, yeah. Let's see what Simon does. But you went with 2 wide receivers to start off your draft.
I did.
How do you feel about that?
I know my running backs are going to be ugly, but it's dynasty. I'm okay going, future years here. I wouldn't have gone Tyreek Hill if I had anticipated this, but I'm okay with that. I almost view that, I don't view Tyreek Hill as like a win now type of guy. He's kind of in that middle area, right? Where like you're still going to have plenty of years of value. So let's say this draft pans out and I don't have really a viable team, like no running back depth. I might try and see if I can trade Tyreek Hill, get some, younger talent, go into a little bit of a rebuild there.
Yeah, no, I actually really do think that makes perfect sense. In a dynasty league, I am completely comfortable pulling a strategy you and Simon just pulled. But if you want to compete year one, in my opinion, it is super important to get running backs early. I'm not saying you can't compete JL, right? Trading makes fantasy fun, right? You can absolutely trade your way into a fantastic team, loading up on just the best player available and not reaching for what your team really needs, right?
Right.
So,
I probably would have gone Miles Sanders there if I hadn't gone Justin Jefferson. He was the next running back on my board at the time. And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think I'd be happy leading the first 2 rounds Tyreek Hill, Miles Sanders. It wouldn't be a bad team, but it almost forced me into a win now mode. And
in terms of value, Justin Jefferson has more value than Miles Sanders.
Right. Exactly what I'm thinking is that he's going to retain that value a little bit more. And I'd much rather build my dynasty around that than like, let me build the win now team right now and then see what I can do from then. Like it's not a bad strategy. It's not one I prefer to play.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we have a couple wide receivers recently come off the board. After my pick with Miles Sanders, we had David Montgomery, DK Metcalf, CD Lamb, and Stephon Diggs, all great dynasty players. I was hoping any of these guys fell to my pick, and none of them did. And that's kind of why I took Miles Sanders there. I was going to take one of these wide receivers, but there was actually another one that I was okay taking here, and it's Chris Godwin. There's one other guy, maybe two, but I love Chris Godwin. I love what he did with Tom Brady. I think that relationship's only going to grow going into next year. And, even without Tom Brady, he was the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy, I think, the year before, 1 or 2. So I know Jameis Winston, gunslinger, but Chris Godwin's got the talent, boys.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I like that pick a lot. I think a lot of people are letting his value fall just because it's last year, but I think that hip is going to get better and he's going to be much better.
Yeah. On a points per game basis, I think he was a top 15 wide receiver. But the injuries, they matter.
Right. Jay said Simon lost power while on a live show. Who does that kind of thing?
Man, what an a-hole, right? He decided to lose power like that.
Oh, look at that good boy.
That's a pup.
That is a good pup. Pat's getting their opt-out players back, most likely. Jason. Absolutely. Chung, Hightower, who else? There's a couple other people.
Those two are elite defensive players. They're getting Judon on top of that.
Judon, yep. And nose tackle, right? They signed a nose tackle today.
Yeah. And let's not forget about Bill Belichick, the most important piece in this whole story. Travis Kelce was still there. Good pick, Simon. No, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. Bill Belichick's still there. A defensive genius. I think it's safe to say that. And I just think that they are going to be elite. I think it was a great point, Jason. Great point. Absolutely an elite defense going into next season. They had the most holdouts out of anyone due to COVID, So what did you get? You get sniped again, Joe?
Again. What the hell?
Would you wanted Eckler?
Yeah.
Well, there's still some talent all around here. There's lots of talent throughout, I would say. Lots of good picks, I would say, for you.
Lots of good picks.
Lots of good picks. I don't see how you could go wrong here. Don't screw it up.
26 seconds. Here's the thing. I just I'm boxed in. I feel like I have to go running back here. Oh, I don't want to do this, but I have to. Joe Mixon. If I skipped on running back there, I'm going to be, it's going to start looking real ugly. So Travis Etienne. Yep. I was hoping he might fall another round to me.
Yeah.
I'm just not comfortable taking him in the third round when I don't know where he's going to be.
Mixon, dude, you made the right pick in my mind over Travis Etienne. If you're looking for a running back, Mixon was the pick there.
Yeah. As Jordan says, JL about to get sniped left and right. Damn right, Jordan. Damn right I am.
Yeah, I mean, like Mixon, he's still 24, 25 years old. I'm not exactly sure, but he's, when he's healthy and playing and the Bengals are on the rise, he is an elite running back. I mean, I think it's a great value. I really do. I'm a Joe Mixon truther, I guess. I love his talent.
Swampy says, getting the inside rumor that doesn't think Taysom is going to be the starter.
Let me read this real fast, how he wrote it. Don't think Taysom isn't going to be the starter.
Started.
Started. Yeah. I couldn't even do it. But I want to know what you mean exactly. I think I know exactly what you mean. You're saying you don't think Taysom's going to be the starter. That's interesting. Why?
I think it's possible he isn't, but it's possible he is too.
They give him a lot of money.
They're paying him a lot of money. Yeah.
I know it could only be for 1 year, but we'll see. Thoughts on third round reversal in draft? Ooh, interesting, Jason. Interesting. I've heard a lot about this because, the second and first rounds are so loaded. The first round's obviously the most loaded. So I like the concept. I'll be honest. I've never done a draft like that. I haven't really seen how it looks. It makes a lot of sense logically, though.
Yeah. I'm completely on the same page. I've never done it in any of my drafts, but I know a lot of people I respect, analysts, experts I respect are big advocates for it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, there goes Javonte Williams.
Tyreek Hill has no comp. Yes, absolutely, Brady. Nice pick with Hill. I wanted him, Josh said. So look at that. Look, we wanted Cam Akers there. I'm sure you did, Jordan. Wow. Okay. Instead of Derrick Henry in a dynasty league, that's right where Cam Akers should be going. Great pick.
Yep.
Ricky, I was in between Henry and AJ Brown. Figured it would double up at running back. I probably would have myself gone AJ Brown with your pick, Jordan. I'm just a huge AJ Brown fan, not as big of a Derrick Henry fan, but you got J.K. Dobbins and Derrick Henry. That's a sick running back core, right?
Yeah. Your team is looking really stacked for this year. I'm excited to see. If that was my team, I'd be hyped for this upcoming season.
I know you would be. I know you like the T. Higgins too.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking about this. Gus Edwards, he got his second round tender, right?
Yeah.
I believe he did. That's a high freaking tender for a running back that's not even the starter. J.K. Dobbins is going to have a good year next year, but just the fact that Gus Edwards got a second round tender does make me reconsider his value in a redraft league a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Ooh, McLaurin. I like that pick.
Yeah, great pick. Great value.
Zeke at 12 is great value. Completely agree. Ooh,
Dynasty League, there's some other running backs I'm a little bit more interested in, but it's fine. I'm not going to knock you for taking Zeke there at all. Last year he was going at the beginning of the first. Every year of his career he's been going higher than this, so we'll see. Brady was between Gibson and Aaron Jones earlier, and I think we mentioned that. English, do I speak?
25 seconds.
Oh, man, don't mess it up, JL. So you have two wide receivers, one running back. What do you got some moves you can make. Jamar Chase going the pick before you. He is just an elite talent. Landing spot doesn't matter with Jamar Chase in my mind. So AJ, that's where he should go.
Yep.
If not before, maybe.
Oh, okay. I did it. Josh says he wasn't coming back to me. Had to take him. Assuming he meant. Which one's Josh?
No, I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. Whoopsie. Yeah, Alex, you know what you did. Snipe me. Brady said between Gibson
Was
and
it
Aaron
Patrick
Jones.
Mahomes, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. So
Ricky said almost went double wide receiver and almost went double RB, so I split. I like that. That's honestly how I like to spend my my first 2 rounds in Dynasty. I'm perfectly fine with that strategy, like splitting. Typically, if I go one or the other, it's because there's great value, and then the 3rd round I switch it up. So many comments to catch up on.
yeah, I think Swamp said, what does a second round tender mean right there? Oh, I'm almost up. Second round tender. Yeah, I don't know if you. I don't have a great explanation, I guess.
So they can throw out a second round tender on a guy. So basically, a team can come and sign him away, but they have to give up like a second round in order to get him. Is essentially it, and they have to pay him, the salary that they would pay second round. So it kind of like is a way to sign a guy or like keep a guy while not letting him go to free agency, but sort of hedging your bets.
Yeah. So like it's a restricted free agent. So like you have to assign a tender to him. It could be a first round tender, second round tender, third round tender, and essentially if a team wants to sign him, they can offer him a contract. It looks like I'm up. And if they offer him a contract, the team can match the same contract. If they don't match it, or they have to pay a little bit more, I think. But if they don't match it, then the other team has to give them a second round pick just in order to sign him, just in order to sign that player. So putting a second round tender on Gus Edwards means some other team's going to have to give a second round pick pretty much to take him away from the Ravens, which means the Ravens, it's not going to happen.
Right. They're putting a value on the player, saying how much they value him, so it's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Gus Edwards got a second round tender, in my opinion.
Yeah. Are you on the clock, Josh?
I know. Don't love the running backs. Wait, AJ Dillon's there still.
Go take him. Josh says I've done 5 startups so far this year, all super flex. However, Zeke went in the back end of the 3rd in all of them. Yeah, and in Superflex, he has been. I think I mentioned last week when we were going over one of the startups that Josh Simon and I are in. I got him at the 4-8. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I went Amari Cooper. Talent wise, I think he was like one of the best players available.
I know one of those players. I just like can't. Like he seems like such good value. He keeps dropping, and every time he comes to me, I'm like, I don't know.
Jim just said, when do they become chicken tendered?
Midway through the season, they got to cook a little bit.
Yeah, they got to start as chicken nuggets, and then they move up their way. Yeah.
Brady asked, what did I think of Clemson's pro day, specifically ETN? As someone who's watched every play ETN has ever run, he didn't look good with that weight. Honestly, I didn't catch much of Clemson's pro day, so I can't speak too much on that. But that is good to know. Like, I too have watched every one of ETN's plays. And he is a bit of that mix of like power runner mixed with the agility. And so, if he's put it on extra weight, that is it's interesting. It's going to change the dynamic of his game.
I don't know what to do here. I'm thinking about doing something really weird, but I shouldn't.
John New?
No, not quite.
Simon says he thinks Roto Heat Rick is killing the draft so far.
Yeah, whatever.
He does think that. He's in the chat.
Okay, good. I don't know who to pick here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna do something really weird. But it's a dynasty league. I think this guy.
Ooh, I thought about it last round. I thought
he's not gonna make it back to me. There's just no way, right? And I just want him. I want to see how it turns out taking a tight end here. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and someone, Ricky Butts just said, give me an auction 100 times out of 100 times. I forget who said it a little bit earlier. I saw the comment, but I completely agree. It's the most fair way to do a draft.
I think they're called salary cap leagues now.
No, an auction draft.
Yeah, they're rebranding it to salary cap leagues.
But it's not a salary cap.
I know, but it's salary leagues or something like that. It's about like terminology sensitivity and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, a salary cap, it doesn't have a salary cap though.
I'll find out the actual term.
Okay,
I remember because it was confusing when the
there's auctions. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You have $100, $200, yeah, and then you go through the players lists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a budget.
Yeah, you were really like one of the first friends of mine that I remember we were talking. You went through and did one of those, but I haven't actually done one yet, so I want to at some point.
Auction drafts, I love auction drafts. Let's do it. We can't do it in an hour. That's who said it last. Who said that?
When?
So someone said it. Auction drafts are the most fair, but you can never do it in an hour. Anthony, thank you, Anthony. I agree. I don't think you could ever get it done in an hour. It just they take a little while.
Oh shoot! I'm on the clock.
Oh shit! Sorry. But I do one every year with a group of my buddies, and we do it live, and it's so much fun live. And then I do another one. It's my buddy's work league. And we usually do it together.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a work league and it's a really expensive buy-in. But we have a good time. Rick, you're starting to Rick. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Are they so they're gonna be an auction? That's cool. I'm always down for like new, more creative leagues, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm Mark Andrews. So many leagues this year. I know. I've already joined 2. Do Dynasty. This is bad.
I know it's so bad. So Mark Andrews, I was considering him with the Kyle Pitts pick as well. I'm a Ravens fan. I love Mark Andrews. I think Kyle Pitts' ceiling is much higher. Mark Andrews' floor is much higher. Yeah, it is. It is. Maybe not much higher. We'll see what happens to Kyle Pitts, I guess.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think Andrews is a safer pick out of the 2.
Yes.
Pitts is a much, potentially more dynamic one. But even so, look at these guys. Like it's, the top tight ends are still 3rd round values here, right? Like Travis Kelce, it's not too far off from these guys. So.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little high. A redraft league, I could never take Kyle Pitts this high. But I was kind of making a bet too.
Yeah. Do you think Kyle Pitts could his value would be as high as Kelce? Like what? How confident are you in that?
Oh, I mean, in the right situation, this year it's not going to be as high as Kelce. But in the right situation after this year, even in the wrong situation, his value could easily surpass Kelce's, and he could be the number 1 dynasty tight end next year.
So where do you think that'll mean he'll go third, maybe 2nd round in the dynasty?
If not higher, depending on who his quarterback is. If he's not tied to a semi-elite quarterback, it's probably not going to happen. Mm-hmm. But if he's not tied to a semi-elite quarterback and he still has an amazing season, people are going to be hyped. People are going to be super hyped. Rookie year tight end doing something, which I think he has the capability of doing just because he is a wide receiver playing tight end more or less.
Right.
There goes Hawkinson. So we've had 3 quarterbacks come off the board. Patrick Mahomes in the 5th round, Kyler Murray Patrick Mahomes in the 4th round, Kyler Murray in the 5th, Lamar Jackson 6th. So
how do you feel about that, Josh?
It's appropriately valued in my mind. I'm sure that Roto Heat, the guy at the number 1 overall pick, took Kyler. He was, he didn't think that he was going to get Kyler the next pick, and he probably wouldn't have. I'm sure that he'll be upset though if one of these other great quarterbacks fall. I don't know if I'm saying
there goes
too much.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's kind of who I had in mind. I was like, if Josh Allen's there at his next pick, then it was probably a bad idea taking Kyler there. But if he wants Kyler, he's got to take him there, in my opinion. So This is where you're going to see the quarterback come off the board because the other positions are losing their talent. The running back, wide receiver, they're just not as strong right now. And look at this. I mean, like the first 3 rounds just littered with running backs, just a ton of running backs. And then in the last 3 rounds, we've seen 3 running backs come off the board.
Yep. Just
kind of shows you the scarcity at running back. I'm glad I said that correctly.
It's the scariest.
The scariest part of this is the running backs.
This might be way too early for this guy.
I like it. Do it. Kenneth Gainwell. Okay, you're worried about your running backs, right?
Yeah. I'm taking a shot. There's a chance that just misses completely.
There is.
But I'm willing to take that risk in the 6th round.
FYF Salmon said, damn it, JL. So it looks like he was interested in Gainwell.
Whoopsie doopsie.
So personally for me is, there's a tier of rookie running backs. There's the top 3. And I think you'll agree with this. Maybe they're separated a little bit, but there's top 3 for sure. It's Javonte Williams, ETN, and Najee Harris. And then there's a grouping of other running backs that are kind of all together. And I think it depends on landing spot. Kenneth Gainwell is a very good pass catcher, and I think he's going to need to go to a place that utilizes his skill set well for him to be fantasy relevant. And if he does, he could be very fantasy relevant.
Yep. Anthony Leone says, check out Team 5, no RB strategy. So that's Simon's team going straight. And I'm guessing he probably would have wanted Gainwell as his running back 1. But, I don't hate that strategy in Dynasty. I probably wouldn't have gone Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Kelsey. Look at his team. It's not old, but it's older. Which worries me in a dynasty without running backs. If I'm going no running back, I'm gonna want to go like real young talent.
So I agree with you. I agree with you. It's interesting seeing these rookie tight ends ahead of like Noah Fant, like Brevin Jordan.
Yeah, that is weird. It's sleepers ADP is probably goofy.
Yeah. It makes sense. I kind of hold on. I do have a point to make, but I want to make this pick first.
Make it big. Brady says, "Who wants to start a QB run with me?"
I was thinking about Brady. I'll take Michael Pittman here. I value him more than the rookie wide receivers at this point. There's really only one rookie receiver I really trust in more than Michael Pittman at this point, and it's Jamar Chase. Yeah. The other ones, depending on landing spot, could jump ahead of Michael Pittman, but I like what he showed last year, actually.
Yeah.
In limited work, I guess. But what were we just talking about? Oh, yeah. So Simon's team. I agree with you. These are Simon's players, though. I think we have to make a point of that. Like, he loves Devontae Adams. He loves DeAndre Hopkins. He loves Travis Kelce. He loves Mike Evans, So this is a Simon team
through and through.
And he loves in Dynasty going heavy wide receiver and kind of ignoring the running back position.
Yeah.
No, so
this is straight Simon draft.
And like what we said at the beginning here, when we were talking about your team a little bit, maybe he did go for value the best, So, when he drafted DeAndre Hopkins, he thought he had more value than all the running backs, Travis Kelce, same thing. Mike Evans, same thing. So maybe he is able to make a trade or two happen, get rid of one or two of these wide receivers, and actually get some solid running backs. And maybe.
For
Trading
sure.
makes fantasy fun.
Trading makes fantasy fun.
Oh man, good stuff.
Number 1 overall last year keeps falling. Is
Number
that
1
Burrow? Jason said he wanted Hunt. I also wanted Hunt, but
he went a little early, huh?
Myles Gaskin scares me, Swamp. I am just staying far away from him in Dynasty. I feel like his value could completely vanish.
Right here is like probably where he deserves to go at this point. Mm-hmm. So,
by the way,
I'm not going to knock it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I knew I was on the clock. I wanted to talk about it. Let's see. Who do I have so far?
I don't think my guy's going to make it to me. I think Simon's going to snipe me.
I love this guy. Should
Or
I
you
just
know
do
what?
it?
Toby's gonna snipe me.
Whatever.
Ooh, D-Watt.
I want
All right, I'm
D-Watt.
calling it right now. Simon or Toby's gonna snipe me.
Dak Prescott. I actually didn't even realize he was there. I went D-Watt. If this wasn't a mock draft, again, we've talked about this several times, but I don't like typically having a tight end and quarterback this early.
Yeah.
But I feel comfortable getting D-Watt here. I think he's going to be a great quarterback for years to come, and I think he would just agree.
Anthony says he likes the strategy by Simon, but it's risky if you can't find trade partners. Adams, Hopkins not getting any younger. Kelsey too. I would argue that no one's getting younger, but completely agree with you.
Really?
I wasn't sniped, so I'm good.
Jerry Jeudy. I considered him along with one other very, very, very similar person. I bet you could guess. Yeah, it's a guy I like. Come on. You know it. I think maybe you should know this.
Who would it be?
Yeah, I think you know. But yeah, I mean, he needs the trade partners. You got to know your league too. When you're doing these drafts, it's very important knowing, are you drafting with a bunch of newbies that are going to be terrified to trade and don't really know what they're doing? Or are you drafting with people that know what they're doing? They're good dynasty players. They want to trade, and it's going to be a better league that way, probably. So
yeah.
Simon knows that this dynasty league is going to be full of traders. So he's got to find strategy.
Yeah. I like what you said, is that he could probably flip one of these guys for at least some decent running backs. Man, if he had gotten like a running back, I don't know, if he went Kareem Hunt instead of Mike Evans, I would feel like the tiniest bit better about that strategy. If I was him.
If he went Kareem Hunt over Mike Evans, well, I know you two both like Kareem Hunt more than I do. And I like Kareem Hunt. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's necessarily the most reliable guy. Mike Evans, Kareem Hunt, and they're pretty similar value, I guess. Yeah. With his team, I probably, I probably would have gone Kareem Hunt too. And I would have probably.
I guess I have hindsight knowing that he was going to pick up Woods and Bateman right after that.
Yeah.
And so it's easier to say in hindsight than when you're on the clock. But I love Woods. I'm just thinking, like, I probably would take Woods over Carson, Ronald Jones, Kenneth, and all the running backs after that. I'm taking Woods.
Yeah.
But Mike Evans, and so now that I know that he took Woods at 5.5, now I'm thinking like, oh man, okay, I would have loved to go running back there to balance it out, but
Swamp said he doesn't know what he's doing. I like your team, Swamp. I actually do like your team. Let's see.
Yeah, your wide receivers.
It was great value at Kareem Hunt. The wide receivers are very solid. We got to see where Juju and Will Fuller land, but there's rumors about the Packers looking at Will Fuller.
I've heard those rumors. I don't know how true they are. That would be wild.
Well, it was the sleeper notification that said they were heavily pursuing free agent wide receivers.
Interesting.
And then it listed
trying
3
to
of them. I think
their janky draft strategy last year.
Yeah, I guess so. They were
throw away our first 2 rounds.
Like, were they just thinking that Aaron Rodgers was done? That has to be what they had in mind a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I think they were trying to build leverage. Maybe that was the whole play, was let's build leverage so that we can negotiate these contracts. Like, let's get a quarterback to back it up. Let's get a running back so that both Aaron Jones and Aaron Rodgers have less leverage in their negotiation. It didn't work.
So real fast, these last picks, like all of these are great players. Jerry Jeudy, starting with you, Jerry Jeudy, Leonard Fournette, to Joe Burrow, Rondell Moore. I was considering him with my Deshaun Watson and Michael Pittman pick. So I like that, Brady, but I really like your other pick, Jalen Reagor, who I'm a huge fan of. Tyler Boyd, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel falling that far. You got Drake and McKissick, Jonnu. I know there he is. So what are you thinking here, JL?
I'm gonna like a wide receiver.
Like a wide receiver. You got a solid core of wide receivers with Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, and Jerry Jeudy. But I'm sure you're not loving what you're seeing at running back. You already have your tight end.
Certainly not. Ayuk went, right? I don't see him on here. Oh,
so Jordan drafted Jonnu. So Jordan, it sounds like you're the Jonnu truther here around here, huh? So you're really hyped. I know you mentioned him a couple times so far. So you're hyped up on Jonnu. You're kind of bought in a little bit, huh? I mean, I guess he is the most valuable tight end at this point.
He played great this year. He played really great. I wouldn't be surprised if we get more consistency out of him if New England uses him that way, right? Like that's certainly an unknown in the situation. And it's
because they just drafted 2 tight ends last year too.
Right. So, and their offense is sort of in shambles. I was just thinking about that this morning. Once I saw the news that they signed Jonnu, I was going back to our tiers list. Do you think that this puts them out of F into maybe D, or are they still firmly planted in F?
Oh, the Patriots?
Now they have Cam coming back. They have Jonnu.
I might have to relook at like the whole tier list and see where we had other teams, but like I think they're still in F. We had one other team in F, didn't we? Or it was Patriots all alone?
It might have been Patriots, Jets. Jets might have been D. No, I think Jets were F.
No, Jets make sense as F. Yeah, they're still right in line with the Jets, really. Like Denzel Mims, who I probably should be mentioning right second, actually.
Right now. You're on the clock.
But
Make your pick. We'll come back to this combo.
Yeah.
Sully says, big fan of zero RB in Dynasty. RB position has more volatility than any other in football. Things change very fast in this league. Completely agree.
He's absolutely correct.
That's why I wouldn't, like, even if I'm not going zero RB, I don't feel super comfortable going like heavy RB. Like a lot of teams in this draft went 3 RBs in the start. And while it's a viable strategy, especially because there's so much value later on in the draft at wide receiver position, it still worries me in Dynasty a little bit. It's not how I prefer to play, but it's certainly not a bad strategy. A mistake I made early on.
I would have taken him right with my pick. Sorry.
A mistake I made early on playing Dynasty was that I over prioritized wide receivers. And I learned that lesson that like while wide receivers give you value longer term, they like running backs still just retain that value. People don't trade for wide receivers like they do those stud running backs. So it's not a bad strategy.
Less of them. There's less running backs.
There's less of them, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so they're a little bit more scarce, and you need them to win a championship.
Yes. Yeah. Because they consistently get you crazy points. You can have the best wide receivers and still just have inconsistency, right? And so while it's one way of looking at it, right? Is like, oh, I'm going to have these wide receivers forever and they're going to give me all this value for long term. That's not the only thing, right? That in a league where there's no trading, that makes sense. But if you can trade, then going running backs isn't a bad idea.
Trading makes fantasy fun.
Trading does make fantasy fun. Anthony said, let's keep trash talking Simon's team since he can't say anything.
Yeah, anyway. Simon's team sucks. Man, Simon. Learn to draft, bro.
God, what are you, even a fantasy football player? You dingus?
Doubt it. But yeah. The whole point is, I think it's so important. You need... You can come into your draft. You can try to draft a team that's going to win a championship year one. But if you don't hit on all your guys and guys start getting older, you're just going to not have any assets for the future at all. And you might not have any assets for that year if like running backs fall off the cliff so fast. So think of Todd Gurley 2 years ago. He was everyone's number 1 overall pick, not maybe in a dynasty, but in redraft for sure, a first round top tier pick in dynasty. And now he's nothing. And
nothing. You're nothing.
So wide receivers don't do that nearly as much. I mean, I'm looking at Odell Beckham right there, and he's a very similar situation, but wide receivers typically hang around a lot longer, and you can build a foundation and then fill in those running backs, which you can also get through the rookie draft very easily. That's another point. If you don't have a good team and you can just draft with your number one overall pick, Najee Harris, you got a running back 1 all of a sudden, and your team's good to go. So there's different approaches you can take here. Cole Kmet coming off the board, a lot of hype there. A lot of hype there. Yeah. Logan Thomas, I still don't understand why Logan Thomas doesn't get a little bit more love, but he doesn't have a quarterback right now, right? So
he's older.
Yeah. This is Dynasty League.
Yeah.
Gotta keep remembering that. Baker Mayfield before Damian Harris, I really think was great value along with Rashad Penny. Good job loading up on these high upside running backs that are very cheap. And JL, you're on the board.
On the clock.
Don't screw it up.
All right.
My team feels like my pick right in the middle. Z2. Let's take a look real fast. So Alvin Kamara, Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, love the running backs. And then Keenan Allen, Kenny Galladay. 2 great wide receivers to fill in. Let's see where Kenny Galladay goes. But Keenan Allen, I'm excited for, especially the next couple of years. You got a couple, these running backs. Ronald Jones, I'm pretty sure is going to be good next year. And then Leonard Fournette, who knows where he's going to go. You got your team's pretty solid, man. Z2. I think your team's pretty solid. You don't have any tight end or quarterback left. But honestly, if you're not getting a top tier tight end, I kind of like waiting on quarterback typically. I know I got Deshaun Watson, but I like your team a lot. I wouldn't say right in the middle. I would say it's more on the higher end for me. But I have to look at all the teams too. Doubling up on tight end, JL. Taking Mike Gesicki. I love his upside.
Damn it. I honestly did not see Goddard was still there. I would have taken him over Gesicki.
Yeah. So it looks like the Eagles really are going to try to trade Zach Ertz. I know there's a lot of rumors, but it looked like it was a little bit more set in stone when there's actually draft picks that they're asking for tight end. I saw that they were looking for a 3rd or 4th round pick for Zach Ertz. Mm-hmm. So yeah, without Zach Ertz, they're reverse snipe.
Reverse sniped. Yep, I got a reverse sniped myself.
Josh said, is he really not going to take a running back? Problem with his team is he's going to end up in the middle of the pack because his wide receivers are good. And he's going to miss out on those top tier rookie running backs. It's actually a really good point.
That's what I was saying the whole time, Josh. Josh's other Josh. Jeff.
Jeff Carolini.
I love that. Like every Josh becomes a Jeff now.
Yeah. Oh, Gabe Davis. What a good man. That
I picked
little
him
round
up on
of
the
wide
waiver
receivers.
in one of my dynasty leagues, and I'm so happy about it.
Good for you. Me too. I did the same thing.
Oh,
feels good, doesn't it?
Ricky Butt says Sully goes back 20 to 50 years to find out trends. Just an FYI for those who don't visit RotoHeat. His research is brain numbing. I feel like 20 to 50 years, like some trends, like that might be too high of a scope, Start some.
The more the sampling size, the better, right, JL?
Sometimes you can start getting some 1960s trends in there.
And then Sully comes in and says there may be more running backs now more than ever. Position as deep as I can ever remember. And I agree. But at the same time, isn't wide receiver deeper than it's ever been at the same time? It feels like that to me too. I don't know. I think it's because there's so many teams that run 3 wide receivers. It's such a passing league nowadays that you don't have to be the number 1 overall receiver on your team to be fantasy relevant anymore. It's just not at all.
Right. Man, there goes AJ Dillon. I'm curious. I wonder where he went in our last dynasty mock draft. It'd be
5 rounds earlier.
You think? Was it that early? It had to be.
I'm guessing.
Oh,
I'm
guessing. Had to be before Ronald Jones, right?
Yes. No, it didn't have to be, but it should have been.
I'm saying it probably was.
Yeah.
I was talking to Simon this morning about that, and I just thought, I don't know. I guess I was reflecting a bit on that news because in my mind, was always a big possibility that that Aaron Jones came back to Green Bay. And I was telling Simon this morning, like, I wish I had been a little bit more fervent about that. Of like, it felt like everyone was just assuming that he was gonna be gone. And
you're
that
on the
was
clock, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that's the most that was the most probable outcome, but it certainly wasn't the only outcome that we could see.
You're right, and I've thought about it since then too. And I think it comes down to that the Packers, like, they have so many other needs. They drafted this running back in the second round last year, who actually ended up proving a couple times during the season that maybe he's pretty good. They got this other guy, Jamal Williams, who they like to use a lot, who's actually maybe pretty good. Aaron Jones, they never gave the full workload to. So it's like, do they even like really trust him? And he's going to guarantee he needs a lot of money, where this money should be going to maybe a wide receiver or something like that. So I understand what you're saying. Maybe we should have just not assumed Aaron Jones was 100% gone, but in my mind, he kind of was.
I think in a lot of people's mind, and that's okay. But I think that led to this. It's gonna lead you to these sharp drop offs in both directions, right? Like, very well, you could also have the opposite situation where you assume the uncertainty is going to go in his favor, and that player's value is going to jump up twice as much. But
really, what I was more uncertain was AJ Dillon actually going to get the starting role in Green Bay? Even if
Aaron Jones is gone, like we didn't know that at that point.
But I think we have to just look at the draft capital, second round pick. The team likes him, and we saw glimpses of it last year. And then we look at these other running backs. Look how fast the cliff falls off. You're like, right. Well, do I really want him or Kenneth Gainwell or Melvin Gordon? It's like, well, I'm gonna take the upside with AJ Dillon there, right? So.
Right.
That's it. But it's a good point. It's a good point.
He's still a good backup running back. Like, I still expect him to get a portion of the running back share there. But I think that his, like, maybe where he's drafted now, 10th is probably the appropriate place for him.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, it is.
Ricky said the point of the 20 to 50 year comment was that he finds what is relevant no matter the time taken. Not that 1960s is typically relevant to 2021. I know, I'm just messing with you, Rick. No, it's a good point, and sampling size is good. Also, I really hope everyone knows that we say sampling size not because we think that's the actual term, but because Simon once said that on accident, and now we just use it to make fun of him.
Let's see what happens here. I guess we'll see if Mooney becomes anything.
I feel like we're always just going to have to explain our inside, like the Jeff Josh thing. We have so many inside jokes that people who come in later are just like, why? You guys are idiots.
And I know Allen Robinson, he's getting back. So, we'll see if Mooney becomes anything, though.
What do you talk about, Allen Robinson?
Nothing. So Allen Robinson, isn't he? Did he get franchise tagged?
Yeah.
So, so I drafted Mooney, and so I know he's going to be back in Chicago. Allen Robinson.
Okay. That's why you're talking about Allen Robinson.
Yeah. So, but he's still a young receiver that has not proven a ton, but shown glimpses. So we'll see.
Anthony says, get paid to watch a mock draft. #winning. Hell yeah, Anthony. I'm getting paid to do a mock draft. Not really, I guess, technically.
Yeah. I love doing these mock drafts, boys.
They're really fun. I didn't expect everyone to love these as much.
Well, it's mock drafts, bro.
I know. I think like once we decided to, because we used to do the mock drafts, but it was just us. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
I think as soon
opening
as
it up was a good idea.
Yeah, as soon as we started to open it up.
I'm on the clock.
Don't mess this pick up, Josh.
I'm gonna mess it up. I will. Look at me. I'm freaking jeffing out over here so hard.
Jeffing out. You guys better not steal my picks. Simon's gonna steal my pick. Dang it.
You always think Simon's got it.
I have.
I want to steal your pick once in a while. All right.
You never do, Joff.
Ooh, I like that actually. So I'm gonna go with Keyshawn Vaughn. I fully expect Ronald Jones to be the starter. But Keyshawn Vaughn, high draft pick. Go Keyshawn John.
Keyshawn John.
Keyshawn John.
John, but Keyshawn John.
I actually liked him in college. I know some people didn't, but I could see him. Bruce Arians doesn't. It's always the thing. Bruce Arians doesn't like to use the rookies, so maybe that was just what was going on here. And
Yeah,
Jones, he's not the most healthy of the running backs.
Is he though? Is he not though?
He gets hurt a lot. It's a big reason why I think they don't give him all the workload, and that Jamal Williams will have a game. When Aaron Jones is out, it feels like a couple times every year, and Jamal Williams has a pretty good game usually, I feel like.
Yeah.
So he's not the most healthy. Yeah.
Look at that. I didn't get sniped.
Jalen Hurts.
This is probably too early for him, but I'm doing it.
No, if you want Tony Pollard, I think you should absolutely have taken him there because look, I mean, Zeke, the guy with Zeke's at 112, and
yeah,
he's smart.
If I'm Rick, and I know Rick's smart. I'm not.
Oh, that's Rick. I didn't even realize that was Rick.
Rick.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if I'm Rick, I'm definitely taking Pollard at the turn.
Yes,
so.
Absolutely.
Anthony said, "Who's the one running back that Simon took? My screen is too small on my phone." He took Trey Sermon and David Johnson.
David Johnson actually could be relevant this year, maybe.
With Mark, how do you think Mark Ingram impacts that?
First of all, why? Why Texans? What
I love that response. Why
thinking?
Oh,
I just don't understand the Texans at all. It's like they want to just like look pathetic at all times. I don't know. They already had Mark Ingram like 2.0 and David Johnson. Like they're the same age and they're like doing the same
the same type of running back.
I guess David Johnson's a little bit better of a catcher. Mark Ingram's a little bit more of a run in the middle kind of. I don't get it. Yeah, maybe it does affect him, but Mark Ingram did not look good last year. He looked bad. I don't get it.
Man, QB run here. Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Trevor Lawrence. How do you feel about that, Josh?
You
know what? Trevor Lawrence, that is insane value in Dynasty.
It makes me wish I didn't. I never drafted Deshaun Watson where I did, and I said it at the time. I was like, usually I wouldn't do this, but
in my mind, this is honestly is redraft, and so I wasn't even thinking about it. But and I guess one QB doesn't matter as much, but I probably would have taken him a round or two before.
Well, I'm looking at like where I took Deshaun Watson. I could have gotten Jerry Jeudy, Rondell Moore, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Reagor. Any of these guys I would love to have on my team, and I'd be fine like trading Deshaun Watson and whatever, and Keyshawn Vaughn for Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Reagor.
This is why you mock, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
This is the exact reason why you mock. So they
in a one quarterback league. In a one quarterback league,
right? Yeah. Brady said, if this is a real league, I'm immediately trading for Simon. 2023 first round pick. It's not a bad idea.
You think he's gonna be bad then? I guess, right? That makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you might be able to get it with if you got it running backs. I don't know that with Brady's team that there'd be a ton of running back trade there. Like his depth isn't strong enough in my mind to who you're going to trade. If you trade Gibson or Chubb, you're in a weak position, a running back too.
Yeah, but maybe like I guess maybe it isn't quite a running back deal even. Maybe Simon just tries to get younger. I'm just like thinking of maybe possible case scenarios. Maybe it's like I'm trying to figure it out. I can't.
I can't.
I'm just seeing, Adam Thielen and a first round pick for Chase Claypool 2023. I don't know. I'm throwing out things. It could happen. Oh yeah, yeah. It is huge for Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So it was a big deal, right? Let me see. Yeah, 5-year deal with the Chiefs. It looks like. But yeah, he's one of the better guards out there. Right. And the Chiefs, where do they come with the money? I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you thinking here?
I'm trying to decide quarterback here. Aaron Jones to me is probably the best
Oh,
value.
Quarterback yet. Aaron Jones. He would be
Aaron
great
Rodgers.
value here.
Aaron Rodgers. If I could get Aaron Jones here, I would take him. I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers.
5-year, $80 million. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. It is huge for Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I love free agency day. It's so fun.
Yeah, and this isn't even technically like free agency day, right?
I know.
This is like they're allowed to talk to the free agents.
Right.
Now.
Right. I remember that year that Sammy signed to the Chiefs was like my favorite. Like I remember I was home. I think Rosie had eaten like a rubber football, and so I stayed home with her. And then I was just sitting there working from my girlfriend's parents' house, and it's like my phone was popping off. I was like, Sammy to the Chiefs and all these other great signings. Ever since then, it's like Christmas to me.
Yeah, too bad Sammy didn't really
I know,
pan
didn't
out.
really pan out, but still, it's so exciting.
Yeah, man. I thought it was going to be good. I thought Sammy Watkins was going to be good with the Chiefs. But yeah, how did they get him? I don't know, Jordan. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I didn't think they had any money at all. But hey, good for them. Good for them. Great. Get to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. I mean, the AFC Championship game when they lose to the Ravens.
The Chiefs have very little cap space. They're in the red. So I don't know. Field Yates tweeted out like the updated cap space for all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably post that. You know what? I forgot to post the link to the Discord.
Do it.
And Simon forgot.
Let's blame Simon. Let's blame Simon.
It's all Simon's fault. If you're watching and you don't already subscribe to us or follow us, make sure you subscribe like this on YouTube and Twitch. Helps us out a ton. Super easy way to support the show. Get your family to subscribe. Do whatever you have to. We're here every day, 3 p.m.
Do it.
Eastern time, every weekday. Doing stuff like this, playing games, mock drafting, being a bunch of Jeffs.
I think Simon's still going to be breaking down the drafts on a YouTube video, I believe.
Yes, I believe they filmed it for last week's draft. Well, that should be out at some point, so check that out.
Oh yeah, we're getting in depth here.
Yeah, and then they'll probably do one for this one as well.
And we are all finished on this draft here.
Did it, boys and girls. Brady said, JL sniped me 4 times. Apparently, I sniped him a couple times. We also completely agreed on most of the fruits. Am I a villain? Yes. Welcome to the dark side,
absolutely.
Go Tigers.
Welcome to the dark side.
Welcome to the dark side, my friend.
That's hilarious. Oh, man.
That
was good.
Like Shaq Barrett's deal and go higher from then, too. I think they got Shaq Barrett as well, right? Tampa Bay? I think I saw that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. What is this?
I'm back.
What is this? Who do you think you are? No, this is our show now.
All the work.
Literally the power game, and I was like, "This is the worst timing for a powder outage that I've ever experienced." Powdered outage. This was the worst timing for the powdered outage that I've ever experienced.
I was actually just thinking. I was like, "What if, like, during like our intro song, like it happened then, like, and we're just like." Hey guys, Simon he was here, I promise.
We promised, yeah.
Yeah, that was a kind of funny way to do a stream. Introduce it, miss the entire thing, come back just in time for the ending. So what I missed, anything fun?
Well, we did a draft, and we made fun of you a lot.
Keyshawn Vaughn's name is now Keyshawn John, thanks to
Jeff. Keyshawn John.
Keyshawn John.
Yeah.
It's either French or related to Sean John.
Keyshawn John.
Yeah. Right? It could be Keyshawn John.
Croissant Jean.
Oh, croissant Jean.
Croissant Wentz.
Croissant Wentz.
Croissant Wentz. Croissant Wentz.
This is who is the new guy in the stream.
Flaky man.
I'm Croissant Wentz himself. Okay, quick. The first person to come up with the next French football player name wins the stream.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
You just said one that was already French.
He's got it, man. He's got it.
Okay, congrats, JL.
That's good.
Brady
Well,
said the
thanks for
best.
coming, Simon.
So the best time for a powder. Why can't I say powder? The
Powder
best
outage.
time,
Talking
the
about
best time for
powder
a
really.
powdered outage would be when y'all are singing "Happy Birthday." Oh, that's probably true. I'm not. That's 100%.
Don't
true.
act like you didn't love it, Brady. He went back and watched that joint like 15 times. God, it's so beautiful.
So we sung "Happy Birthday" to Jordan and Swamp. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how many times. 2. We don't want to do 2.
My favorite is that Marco and Justin were on the stream for the first time.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, okay. All right.
That's
Brady's going, we lamb.
We lamb.
We lamb.
We. My name is Wee.
That's a pretty good one. Z2 said lost power and now he can't speak English. Yeah. The power went out and now. Oh, I said it. Look at that. It just had to be back for a little while. It was buffering. The powder had to buffer. Whew.
All right. 15 minutes over.
15 minutes over, guys. I feel weird coming back in and just doing the outro. Does one of you guys want to do it?
No, you do
okay,
it.
guys.
You're
thank you
so
so
good
much for
at
watching. If you enjoyed this, be on the lookout. We will be
It's so
releasing.
It's so weird that you weren't here the whole time, and you're like, if you enjoyed this,
You enjoyed the 2 above me.
If you enjoyed the 2 goofuses above me mock drafting, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy and on Twitch, Front Yard Fantasy. Like, subscribe, comment. It helps us out so much. We really appreciate it. And I know I promised it last week, but it turns out editing videos is not my strong suit. But the video for last week's mock draft will be out this week. And now that I got it down to a science, the video for this week's mock draft will be out this week as well. You guys can watch. We tear apart some of your teams and raise others up to the skies. Josh, you'll want to see last week's video whenever it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, not all the way to the moon. We've had no to the moon teams yet. Just
Wait,
to
my
the
team was
skies.
good last week.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't even remember what I said about yours last week. Okay, guys. Unless you've got anything else to say, Josh, I think you probably
Trading
got
makes
one thing.
fantasy fun. Love you guys.
I'll see you guys for the intro tomorrow before I dip out. Adios.
bye-bye.
Oh.